Okay, so I'd like to take up the carryovers of the last video that I made, which I was uh, sort of all over the place in a good way. And I said I wanted to talk about free will and determinism in a more detailed video. And I'd like to do it now. I'd like to carry it out now. I just got home. I made the video maybe an hour ago. And it's something that's been on my mind, and I'd like to take it up fully here in this video. So, as always, I don't prepare anything in these videos because it would be too absurd. Actually, it would take away from the moment. It would take away from the wisdom of the moment for me to prepare, because then I would have to think about what I'm going to say, and you know what I mean. So let's get down to it here. First of all, do I think there is free will? Do I think that there is any room for it? Because there is a pretty common camp in the whatever community, you know. We have to put everything in a label, right? Say the spiritual community or this community or blah, 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 blah. Okay, so there is, anyway, let's just say there is a camp out there, a pretty popular opinion, because it's all opinions. I'm just giving you my opinion, that everything is written, it's all scripted, but there is room for free will. There is a little bit of room, lay room for free will. Okay, and the way I see that outlook is that's somebody who's almost surrendered but not fully yet. Okay, so you still want to leave a little bit of a leg room, if you will, for the ego. Okay, that's the way it is. You want to leave a little leg room for the ego and say, well, I'm still doing something. You know, it's that part of you, the doer, that wants to do and wants to take credit. So you still want to take credit for something by saying, well, you know, it's all God's will, it's all written, but there's just a little bit of free will, because that's the little part of you that still wants to take credit for things. Okay, that's the little part of you that wants to take credit for things. So, nothing wrong with that. That's an opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion, right? So, my opinion is that the whole thing, I mean, when I say the whole thing, you have to really step outside of time and space. Really just observe the whole thing. I'm talking about the whole drama, folks. I'm talking about every human life you've ever had. I'm talking about every astral life you've ever had. I'm talking about all the drama that you see in front of you, whether it's the extraterrestrials or whether it's politics, human politics, or whether it's anything. I'm talking about the whole melodrama, the whole thing. I'm talking about the Big Bang. I'm talking about everything from day one, from when let there be light and there was light. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. That's when the drama began, the drama of yin and yang, the duality, the causal plane, the very first thought, the very first let there be light and there was light, let there be duality and there was duality, let there be creation and there was creation, let there be yin and yang and there was yin. I'm talking about that. That's when the drama started. Because for drama, there needs to be opposition, right? There needs to be light and dark. There needs to be female or feminine and masculine. So that's when the drama began. Way long before the human drama that we're playing out right now. All the way to the end. I'm talking about the end of it. Okay, I'm talking about like, all right, guys, everybody made it home. God is realized. Everybody's enlightened. That's the game. It's finished. Okay, I'm talking about the movie from A to Z. So it is my humble opinion that from A to Z is all scripted. It's all written. It's all this super sophisticated movie. Just like if you go to cinema and watch some beautiful movie and with beautiful effects and everything, and you're like, wow, what I would do to be on the set to see how complex, how much complexity there is, how many people were involved in this, how many cameramen, how many makeup people, how many actors and actresses, and how many fillers, and how many people are involved in this movie. And you'll always see, it's like, it's pretty magnificent. It's pretty magnificent. Lord of the Rings was shot in 5 years, all the 3 movies. And it's like, if you watch some of the inside videos, it's like, wow, I can't believe it. Like, it just makes you appreciate the movie that much more. So think of this movie that we're all in, part of it, which includes Lord of the Rings, includes everything you can think of. Think of just how magnificent that is. Think of how much, what's the budget on that? Like, how much went into it? From God's perspective, because it's all God, the scripter, the Father, the Holy Son, the Holy Ghost, it's all one. So it's all one. So it's all the writer, the director, the camera man, the makeup artist, the actress, and the actor. It's all one being. It's all God. So, magnificent movie, incredible movie, but just like any other movie you watch, it's already programmed. It's on a USB drive. I don't know what the hell they use in the movies nowadays, but I'm sure it's running off the computer. So it's a chip somewhere. It's there. It's memory. It's information field. So in the same way, the whole drama from A to Z, it's already written. Again, that's my opinion. And so everything within it, it's already determined. So it's a totally deterministic system, somewhat mechanical, if you will. So you could think of the whole system as mechanical, but the experiencer of the system, the experiencer of the drama from A to Z, is a very, very alive and organic, lively, vital being. That is you, that is me. Very vital, very alive, very organic. That's the cosmic love. That's the loving awareness that we talk about. That's the light. That it's very alive, and it's very, wow, infinite energy. It's infinity. So you have infinity, infinite energy, can't be even contained, okay? Experiencing a rather interesting but mechanical movie. Mechanical meaning it's finished, it's done. There's no doer in it. There's just the illusion that people are doing things and using their will and using their conscious will and their powers to do all of this. Okay, there seems to be the illusion. That's part of the movie. That's part of the movie. Okay, it is part of the movie. Just like if you were watching a movie, for example, and the character goes one way, thinks they're going the right way, only for at the end of the movie to find out that they went completely the wrong way. Because they were under the illusion that they were going the right way, but in truth, they weren't. They took the wrong turn, and they didn't get where they thought they were going to get to. In the same way, it seems part of this drama is this feeling of each character that they are doing something. They're really doing something. They're doer. They're really doing something. Like, they're really using their sense of I, the separate I, the separation, the ego, to do something. It seems to be part of the experience of the movie. You see? So it could be just that, just like a mirage. A mirage is not water. Don't mistake the mirage for water. I said this over and over. I grew up in a desert. Drove me crazy. Every time we drive in a desert, it's constant mirages. Never ever did it actually turn into water. Okay? Because it can't. It's a mirage. And so it seems that part of the experience of the movie is this illusion of free will, this feeling that I'm doing something, that I'm doing something. And so let's take, for example, this lighter here, right? So it's just still, dropped. Okay, so look, let's take a look at, it's still, dropped. Okay, so you could say that the falling of the lighter and then me holding it in my hands, right, So you could call this the effect. So there's the cause. What is the cause? The cause is my hands went off the lighter and it fell. Okay, so the effect is lighter fell. Cause is Saeed's hands were no longer grasping the lighter. That's the cause. The cause of the fall. So the cause of the fall is the ungrasping of Saeed's hands. Okay, Saeed's hands ungrasped the lighter. That's the cause. The effect is the falling of the lighter. So it fell. Okay, so now can you separate the cause and the effect? The effect are already happening because of the cause. So the falling, now we got a real falling. Okay, no hand there to grab it, but the falling of the lighter, the falling of the lighter is the effect of the cause of it. So it's already determined how it's gonna fall because of the position. Because see, I positioned it in a certain way, so it's gonna fall in the exact. So the effects are totally bound by the cause. See, if the hands ungrasped in this position, the effects would be different. There would be just a difference in where it falls and everything. But you could see the effects are so dependent on the cause because they can't be separated. So we're the effects of the cause. The cause is creation. Let there be light and there was light. Let there be duality and there was duality. Let there be yin and yang. Let there be experience. Let there be separation. That's the cause. That's the let there be light moment. And everything else is an effect of it. We're now experiencing this, it's the effect. But just like the effects of the ungrasping of Saeed's hands and the falling of the lighter cannot be separated, meaning it's already determined exactly how the lighter is going to fall, where it's going to fall, where it's going to land, with how much force. It's already determined because of the cause. See, however, if the cause changed a little bit and I exerted some power to make it fall, it would fall differently. It would fall with more force because now you have gravity and external force pushing on it. But you see, it's all about the cause. The effects are totally bound by the cause. Totally. They're at the mercy of the cause, effectively. Whatever the cause is, how the unclenching of Saeed's hands, the ungrasping, with what force, with what exactly happened in the cause, the effects are simply running off of the cause. So we're the effects running off the cause. So in effect, no pun intended, the cause already determined the effects. That's what I'm trying to say actually in all of this, that the cause already determined the effects. You see, now with force, it fell differently. So see, the effects are totally bound by the cause. So the cause already determined the effects. It already determined it. So all our lives are already determined by the cause, by whatever happened, that let there be light, let there be separation, let me go in, let me separate myself and simultaneously experience myself in all these different pieces. That's already done. It's where the effects now, we're living where the effects of the cause. So everything within that is already determined. It's already determined. It's what Ram Dass calls it. It's funny. It's a funny name for it. It's called karmic package. He calls it karmic package. So you have a karmic package, okay, from, because you're God, just a small part of God, experiencing sort of, you're a branch on a tree, experiencing what it feels like to grow in its own, in that way, and see what it's like to experience. Okay, but you're still the tree. You're part of the tree. So that's your karmic package, the branch. Some branches will go really far and take a long journey, right? Other branches will be short, so it'll be a shorter journey. You're the branch. Okay, you're the branch. You're already the effect of the cause, which is the tree. You have no saying in anything. You're just branching out according to your programming, which you're part of the tree. Okay, so the cause already happened. The effect is just taking place. It's part of the cause. It's the same thing. The cause and effect are the same thing. So when the cause happens, the effects are already taking place according to how the cause happened. The cause already happened. It's done. That's that. Let there be light. Let there be separation. We're all the effects experiencing now. Experiencing. Just playing out the movie, the script. And so I don't see any room for free will. I only see it as an experience. I lean more towards that camp. And again, I find that term funny, karmic package. Karmic package. That's by the way, that's the total surrender that it's talked about in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Upanishads. That's the total surrender. The total surrender is the total surrender of the ego. Is the total surrender of any sense of I'm doing something. It's total dissolving. That's what true ego dissolution is. Is saying not my will, but thy will, O Lord. It's all you. It's always been you. There was no I to begin with. There is no I. There is no I. There is no I. There is only the experience of I. There's only the experience of I. There is no I. There is no I. There's only the experience of the I. There's no doer. It's all, life is a happening. And you, the organic, lively, infinite being, are experiencing your own creation, your own movie. So this is, I am experiencing my own creation, which is the character. That's also part of my creation. Language is part of my creation. So I'm experiencing the character, the human character, Saeed. I'm experiencing that right now. That's the name given, the character is given. It's an Arabic name, so I guess I'm also experiencing part of my creation is this language of Arabic that it's part of the programming of this character. So I'm experiencing what it's like to speak that language, to have a name from that language. And I'm also experiencing the English language. You see? So which is all my creation. It's all my creation. So I'm experiencing it. You see? It's all running off and I'm just experiencing it. Let's take a look at this character. Like, from day one, I come in here and I have DNA. So I already come in some informational field that has been taking, many thousands of years. So I'm already coming into programming, DNA, biological programming, and then I bring psychic programming into it. It's no choice. There's no choice. From day one, there's no choice. There is no choice. But the original choice, which is the choice of creation, is I choose, God, I consciousness, choose to create and choose to experience myself in all of my creations. That's the original choice. That's true free will. That's true free choice. The free choice has already been made in a way, which is I consciousness creating and experiencing the world of duality, the world of creation, the world of yin and yang. I consciousness, I'm playing a game of hide and seek with myself. I consciousness choose freely to divide myself up into all these little parts and experience myself subjectively. And I choose to come back after the experience, come back to myself, come back to myself, to the source. That's me. I'm the source. That's the free choice. That's the free will. So you're living as a result of your free choice, as a result of your free will. You're experiencing what you're experiencing right now. I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing right now as a result of our free choice, as a result of our free will as the creator to come and experience this. But as far as inside the movie, I don't see any free choice in there. I don't see any free will because it's already been, the choices have already been made. You've already made the choices. You've made the choice. You've agreed to come and experience this movie, to experience this particular experience. So the choice has already been made. And part of the experience is that you question if you have free will or not. You question this because it's part of the hide and seek. It's part of getting lost and being found. Of course, it's the same as cause and effect. You've already found yourself the minute you lost yourself, because that's the way it's programmed. So you already found yourself. You were never lost to begin with. It's just, it's part of the facade, the self-created facade. I got lost, I am found. To find something, it must be lost. So you give yourself the illusion that you're lost to find yourself. Very trippy stuff. Very, very trippy stuff I'm laying on you guys here. Very trippy. But again, the cause, the effect is just a manifestation of the cause. So again, I'm letting it like this. It's falling exactly the way it's already predetermined to fall. Now I position it differently. I put some force. See, it fell faster. The effects of it was, it fell with more force because I put in more force. Because the cause put in more force and let go of it. The effects are at the mercy of the cause. So we're the effects, we're at the mercy of the cause, which is again the let there be light moment, the separation moment, the eating of the apple moment. And so we accept the cards that have been handed to us, because we handed the cards to ourselves. We accept whatever card is dealt to us and we play with it. As we agreed already, made the free will, the free choice to play it. Experience it. And so part of experiencing it, by the way, this is now it gets even trippier. Part of experiencing that character is that you make believe you have free will. You make believe you have free will. I made believe that I have free will today by saying, when I turned over there, I was gonna turn either right or left. I made believe. All right, I said, Saeed, all right, your choice now. You wanna go right or you wanna go left? And then I said, I'm going left. And I made believe that I made the free choice, the free will to take left. Because that's part of the experience. You can't bypass the experience of free will. So while you fully know that you have no choice, there are no choices, but you understand that part of that is that you have to make believe, this is how the game works, that you have to make believe that you have free will. So you can't bypass that. You can't, somebody brings you a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. Says, hello, sir, would you like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea? And you say, it's not my will, but thy will. It's God's will. Whatever God chooses for me. Right? Now that's absurd. That's pure absurdity. As opposed to looking at the tea, looking at the coffee and saying, I'll have some tea, thank you. Again, that's you making believe that you have free choice, that you have free will, because that's part of the experience, that you agreed, that you used your actual free will to come into an experience, whatever you're experiencing in that moment. And that's part of the experience, is that you have free will. So in a way, you do have free will. Okay, you do. In a way, from a plane of existence, you have free will. Okay, sure, the grand truth is that you don't. But also, there's some truth to saying I have free will, because that's the experience of a human being. Is to say I have free will. So you say, thank you, I'll have some tea. Now that's a lot more reasonable of a response. Knowing very well, as you make the choice, as you make believe that you have free will, that you didn't choose any of this, that probably it's in your DNA, that your ancestors have been drinking tea for so long, the ancestors of this body that you're in must have influenced your decision, and then it might have also been influenced by the fact that you drank tea all your life growing up. Your dad drank tea, your mom drank tea, there was always tea gatherings and not a lot of coffee. So then you make the choice that, here, I'm gonna drink tea, knowing very well. Or you might say, well, I'm gonna rebel, so I'm gonna have coffee, right? Again, you're using your free will. I'm gonna have coffee, okay? Again, you didn't make any choice in that because you had the rebellious itch inside of you to rebel. You can't help it. It's your nature to be rebellious. Now, I could speak from experience because that's my nature, to be rebellious. And I think I'm making free choice. I'm making free will. Like, I'm going to rebel against everything. I'm going to rebel against all traditions, everything. Screw you, screw everything, Do I have free will in that? Do I have free choice? No, I can't help but be rebellious. It's an itch inside of me to challenge authority, to challenge beliefs, to challenge trends and habits. I can't help it. It's in my nature. It's in my nature. It's in my nature, okay? Just like it's in the nature of a dog to bark. Just like it's in the nature of a wolf to howl. That's their nature. They can't help it. It's part of the programming. Part of the programming. They're experiencing it. We're experiencing it. But god damn it, I'm gonna make believe I have free will. Of course, god damn right, I'm rebellious. I'm rebellious. I'm gonna make that, I don't care. But all my ancestors drank tea. All my family drank tea. Let's have a cup of coffee here. How about that for free will? Again, I'll make the belief, all in the meanwhile not taking it seriously. All in the meanwhile saying, well, this is the way it's playing out right now. This is the way it is. I can't help it, I'm gonna pick coffee even though all my programming says tea. But then behind that, that actually you're just playing your role in the drama. This is your role in the drama, to be the rebellious boy, the rebellious girl. That's your role. That's what you're given. The Joker's given the role of the Joker. He's playing the role of the Joker. Batman's given the role of Batman. He's gonna play the role of Batman. What is he gonna do? Play another role? No, he's gonna play the role of Batman. Because that's his programming. That's his script. He's given that script. That's Batman. That's how Batman talks. That's how Batman behaves. Here's the Joker. That's how the Joker talks. That's how the Joker behaves. Joker's not gonna play Batman in the middle of the movie. Start to speak like Batman, right? Bruce Wayne. You're not gonna do that. Same thing with Batman. He's not gonna suddenly in the middle break character. Same way. You make believe you have free will because that's part of the experience of the character. So you go on making choices daily. Make choices. Today I'm waking up, I'm doing this. Today I'm gonna sit down and meditate for 2 hours today. I'm just gonna sit down and meditate for 2 hours. And you have choice, really? You have choice? You don't really have choice, but you make the choice. You make belief. You make belief that this character is going about making these choices, these daily choices, because that's the experience of the character. All in the meanwhile, remembering, keeping that in mind, the higher mind, that it's all a deterministic system. I want to find this quote. I'm going to only give myself a minute. If I don't find it, I don't find it. It's by... Okay, it's something like you make believe that it matters. I think I'll find it. You make believe that it matters. Okay, let's see. It's by Don Juan, maybe. Here, let me pause this for a second. Well, I couldn't find it, but it's something like you make believe that it matters when you know it don't. You make believe that you have free will when you know you don't. And that's kind of a playful way of playing. It is playful. It is the playful thing to do. And the playful thing to do is always the most harmonious thing to do. It's always the one that brings you closest to your true essence, the playful thing. And it is the playful thing to do, is you make believe that you have free will. You even inside your head sort of have your own inside jokes about it, right? Make believe, continue to make choices, go to the restaurant, and when the waitress asks you, do you want this or that, you look her very confidently, say, can I have this please? And if you don't want any mayonnaise on it, tell her, please, no mayonnaise. Be sure to do that. Be sure to include all your little preferences there, all your choices, okay? And don't forget to laugh about it at the end. And that's about it. So I would like to thank all the Patreons for their support, their continued support of this channel. And I take it as this channel is really helping some of you. The fact that we have 25, 26 Patreons now, and generous amounts of people donating via PayPal, just the one-time donations. Well, you know, I don't want to take on the role of a helper here because there's no doer, because I don't even think of this as helping. In fact, I can't not make these videos. It's my nature. I can't not make these videos. You guys don't, I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. That I'm not trying to help any of you. That I never intend to, never will. And I don't even like to use that word help. I don't like to. Because this is just things happening. I can't help it. It's my nature. It's Saeed's nature to make videos like this. It's his nature. What else am I gonna do? What else am I gonna do? What else do I have to do anyway but to do this, you know? So that's what I mean. There's no doer here. I never feels like I'm doing something here. I don't even know who's talking. Right? It's like I'm watching it. It's just happening. It's happening. It's happening. So yeah, and then I would like to thank you guys for, I guess you perceived me helping you in a certain way, so you wanna help me in another way. But I also take it as some of you guys, it's your nature to, you know, to donate money, to support in that way for your favorite content creators. So I guess fair game there. Okay, fair game. I might look at it as you're helping me, but really from your perspective, it's just like, come on, dude, like it's just the way it is, like, you know what I mean? So I fair enough. That's a fair trade, if you will. So if you would like to make that fair trade and just join the Patreon family, you could do so. The links are in the description, or just make a one-time donation, perhaps via PayPal. Anything helps. Love you all, and until next time, may the force be with you.